Boo frickin' boo. There he is, Demetrius Andrade. Hey, guess what? It's happening. You have secured the bag. A huge career-defining fight November 25th. Showtime pay-per-view, Las Vegas. And David, the Mexican monster, Benavidez. I know this journey, Demetrius, because I've talked to you through most of it. But the second half of your career, man, it hasn't gone to plan. Do we just push that aside, take the unbeaten record and go in there and beat Benavidez and tell everybody that fall? Is that the plan November 25th?
Yes, definitely the plan. There's no other choice. You feel me? There's only one way, and that's to win. And like I was saying before too, this is a great fight. This shuts everything down already. There's nothing to say. There's nothing to say. Nobody was I, during my career, I can sit there and say, I know people avoided me and didn't want to fight. David is in that same situation. It sucks that, I have to, but I maneuver the right way to make sure I was like, yo, you know what? It's time to go to 168 because 60, nobody was willing to do it. 68. I never thought it was going to be David Benavidez. I thought he was going to be moving up to the next weight class because he seemed like a big boy. I have never really seen him in person or looked him up. But I have watched boxing and watched his fights. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know if it's going to be him. It has to be Charlo, Plant, Canelo. It has to be that Roma fighters because I didn't think he was going, and he was young. And so now we're here, and it's just like, let's get it on. He's avoided, I'm avoided. What the fuck? Shit.
Hey,
nobody wants to do it. I'm going to be the one that I always done it. I always done it through my amateur career. I tried to do it the professional way and just didn't work out because they seen and they knew what talent I will bring in when it's like, you put the very best in front of me. I'm going to be the very best and I'm going to elevate, of course.
Well,
and that's just what it is.
I got to ask you now because you're 35 now, still in your prime. There's no question. We know what you bring to the table. We've always known. When you look back over the last decade and you came into the pros with an amateur background, a lot of hey, let's see what this guy can turn into. How difficult has it really been? Have you thought about walking away? Have you thrown your hands up and said, man, this business is broken. It's not for me. How did you get through it to be in the position that you are now to go try to fulfill your dreams November 25th?
Mindset, longevity, money. I did throw my hands up at one point, not as far as boxing, but the situation that I was in, and just hey, listen, clearly this is not working out, and there needs to be a separation here. We need to divorce. It needs to get close up shop. And so that's pretty much what I had to do to be in this position to be where I'm at today. So this is more in my hands now. No promoter, no manager, no advisor, no nothing on paper, no obligations. I do have a solid team that I trust and I work with and put together for the best advice, but nothing is on paper, and there's no obligations. So free at last, free at last. Thank Almighty God, I'm free at last. And so, these are the reasons. And now I'm able to yo, what is it really? What is it? What is it? And so at this point, it's fighters don't want to fight. But I'm glad David has nowhere to go, just like I have nowhere to go. And it only makes sense to fight me versus fighting other people where it's risky and no reward in the sense of, maybe not as well of a name, at this time of his career and for my career too,
Absolutely. I give you both credit for accepting this fight. Such big stakes. The division's on fire. So many big names, so many big opportunities at stake here for the winner. So let's look at this matchup. David Benavidez had his biggest win to date earlier this year in March on Showtime pay-per-view against Caleb Plant. And the big theme about that victory was he came in the best shape of his life after a stretch of a lot of questions about that. Is the version we saw of Benavidez against Plant a sustainable one? Do you think you're going to get that same version come later this month? Because that guy was fit, in shape, focused, and ready?
Listen, people definitely get up for Michael Jordan, you know. So I would be assume he gets up to fight myself, because is yeah, you know, I'm not Caleb Plant in no way, shape, and form. That's a lot of the sayings out there. We fight alike, you know. Yeah, there's probably a little boxing, but there's not fighting like each other. It's just out the question. But yeah, and I'm also getting up too. I'm excited. You know, this is something that you know, as I get to, like, you know, put all my own questions and then, you know, put it out there and give it my answers as well. So this is going to be a great time for me to get up and let that Demetrius A game Andrade out. Like, you know, I haven't been able to do that because it becomes less lack for me as well when it's like somebody's trying to take my head off, of course, so I'm going to be in shape. I'm going to like stay on my job, but it's different when it's like two cats fighting each other now, you know, not cat and mouse. So this is definitely, I'm definitely excited. Camp's going great. We on time. We on time. We on time. He's like, yo, what time? We on time, baby.
All right. Well,
we on time.
hey, this fight is on time, right? The big fights are not always there when you call, but they're always on time if you keep working hard, and you have. So the big question that's going to be asked of you, obviously style-wise, is how you're going to deal with the pressure, his size, once he starts going downhill on you. But I've seen quotes from you. Now tell me if I'm wrong. I've seen the kind of quotes from you in the build-up to this fight that suggest you are willing to meet him in the middle. We know you as a southpaw slickster, great pure boxer. Yeah, you can mix it up when you need to. Are you trying to say, I'll meet that guy at his strength, and if it's necessary, go toe-to-toe all night long?
In the sport of boxing, in the way how I prepare for everything and anything. And so I'm willing to do whatever it takes to win. And in boxing, there's always going to be those moments. I'm never afraid to get into those moments. And so when the moments happen, we will be tangling and we'll be waltzing for sure come the 25th. There's no, I'm a man just like he's a man. I'm going to show that I'm a man too, you know? And so, but this man has a lot more in store and tools to use. But I will show that I can get in your game too. And, you know, secure the victory is what it is. But fireworks definitely will be happening that day. I'm prepared to get hit. I'm prepared to do the hitting, and I'm prepared not to get hit. So it's all good. I'm prepared for it all.
What are there any elements of his game? And he's incredible. I give him the respect. Are there any elements of his game though that you find are overrated?
I mean, I'm not going to say anything about David's overrated. He's where he is today because his work ethic, dedication, and you know, his determination to the sport. He's his dimensional is one, and that's what it does it for him. So I can't, like, I'm not here to criticize him. I'm here to whoop his ass, of course. I'm here to fight. I'm here to get the W. We all know what he brings. We all know what we don't really know the best Andrade, but you guys going to see it, but you have tasted before. But we're going to do it come the 25th because I have no other option.
Yeah.
I have no other choice but to give it all.
You're a unique fighter in the sense, I think you just teased it. The idea that we actually don't know how good you really are. I mean, you're pretty damn good. I've seen it. You've won titles in 2 weight classes. You've beaten very respectable names, but it's not until you are cornered, pushed, knocked down, you know what I'm talking about, that the true colors come out. Which fight in your career do you think you came the closest to having to show all of that?
I mean, I think every fight, you know, I'm not fighting, you know, guys that's coming for a paycheck and getting I'm fighting real tough, strong guys that's looking to make a living and change their life around. Vanes Monterosen was a great fight. I got knocked down the first round.
Sure.
And I had to, you know, do what I had to do to win that fight. I was supposed to fight Billy Joe. He got caught doing the band stuff. and then I had to fight Walter Conquadaco, and he was 6'3", 6'4". He was a light heavyweight coming down to 160, and he was strong, big, tall, hit hard. I tell you, I was hard. Shit. And you know, we had to do, and we put him down.
Very true.
You know, Mackie Selecki, who gave Danny Jacobs a hard time. We did. Put his ass down too, and we, you know, cruise for the victory, of course. Liam Williams is a tank. He was a tank. I don't know. I was hitting him with bricks and shovels and all types of shit. He was just like, I want more. But his ass went down too. But yeah, man, it just every fight was a learning lesson. And also, like I said, I was saying, it's like lackluster for me too, because some of these guys, they come in to fight, but it's just like the motivation for me ain't the same when I'm fighting somebody that's like, woo, let's get it on. Okay. And those fights end up being maybe a little tougher, maybe be more showmanship, maybe a little more of something. But this fight right here will put it all together.
Well, this fight allows you to enter the pay-per-view main event level, the level that your talent for years has suggested was coming. So I got to ask you, what can you do with a victory here over unbeaten David Benavidez? Where would it lead to in your eyes? Is this the beginning?
And then still, and new, and still, and new, and still. And hopefully Canelo. That would be the cherry on. This is the cake right here. It's the icing on the cake, this fight. At the end of the day, anything like as far as not fighting like the Canelo is just still like maybe we're putting the sprinkles on the cake now. It's just the cherry is Canelo. The sprinkles will be like who you know, I would have to go do what I did again, like who in what weight class do we have to jump up to fight Bivol or something? Do we have to, like, what do we have to do to get the next little, you know, recipe ingredients on the cake to, you know, to solidify what we got going on? But this right here is just like, this is just like answering everything.
Sure. Well, I'm sure you want to have a response and an answer to the time you tried to publicly campaign, and I give you respect to that, for a Canelo fight. And we know the meme, the viral moment, shut the fuck up, or whatever he said to you. What do you remember about that moment? I mean, what do you think looking back on that?
When you look up the definition hobble, that means he's scared. I mean, I got my shirts over here. I got some hobble shirts. Let me see that. Pass me the hobble shirt right there. It's in that bag right there. Go. Hold on real quick. Hold on. We got some hobble shirts here.
That's your reaction. Horrible. Very horrible.
We got it over here. So I mean, that's motivation. That's a push. That's enlightenment. That's joyful. That's somebody that is pretty much saying, you know, I don't want to fight you because you're that good.
What were your biggest takeaways from Canelo's victory over Jermell Charlo in a very big fight a couple months back?
Oh, that was a big fight?
Yeah, they said it was. I was there. It was a big deal. Pretty big deal. I was there, you know.
I didn't know it was a big fight or not. It was a big deal. Yeah, a big deal for Canelo. Like, but let's just say this. Mad funny, right? Because I swear, Canelo, when he wanted to do the 168 thing, he was like, I want Billy Joe. I want Caleb Plant. I don't know who else. Oh, supposed to be David. But before David messed up and
Callum Smith was part of that too, right?
I don't know. Did he have a belt? I'm not too sure.
Yeah, he beat Callum Smith for a vacant belt. I believe that was part of the journey to the undisputed status.
Oh, okay. So he, but the difference was then versus now was like he said it and told everybody not to fight, to wait. Don't fight Caleb. Don't fight nobody. Billy Joe. No, you're not fighting Andrade. Here, take this. Not doing. We're not. Why is that not happening right now? Why is Canelo not this 3-fight deal? Why is he not saying I want to fight David Benavidez, Demetrius Andrade, and Jamal Charlo.
All he's saying is shut the fuck up. That's all he's saying. But hey, I got respect for that guy too. But I got to close. You're a busy man. You got a lot of interviews to hype up this fight, November 25th, Showtime pay-per-view. I'm itching for this one because I know how great you are. I know how much of a challenge this is for Benavidez. So let's close with this. What does this fight look like? What am I looking for in the early rounds that lets me know Andrade's got this?
Oh, yeah, see, you will see. That's what's so exciting about showing up on the 25th of November or getting the pay-per-views, because at the end of the day, when you watch, you know I come and I bring the fight. Like, I'm coming to fight. That bell rings, okay, let's fight. And then from there, what can you deal with? And then from there, we're going to get this victory one way or another. We're going to battle it out. The more pressure, the more I throw.
Long time coming. November 25th, Showtime pay-per-view, Las Vegas, Benavidez versus Andrade. Shout out to Rhode Island, Demetrius. It's a great chatting with you, brother. Best of luck.
Thank you. Have a good day.